Night 6 rounds in the super middleweight division. Introducing to you, firstly, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks, weighing in at 12 stone, 2 1/4 pounds, taking part in his 19th professional contest. He's from St Clears in Wales. Please welcome Mark Phillips. And of course, the ring fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks and weighing in at 12 stone, 2 1/2 pounds. 7-fight record, all undefeated, 7 wins, 4 inside the scheduled distance. He's from Huddersfield. Please welcome Alan Hey. Time to get a bell is Michael Alexander, and referee in charge of the action is Phil Edwards. This is 6 3-minute rounds.
Okay, lads, you follow my instructions at all times. When I tell you to break cleanly and take 1 step back. Watch those heads in close. Touch gloves. Good luck to you both.
Alan Page, once a regular England international and a silver medalist at the Liverpool Multi-Nations in 1999. Bit of a stop-start career as a pro, but still unbeaten. 7 out of 7. He's from Manchester, and he's wearing the white trunks here. And with Mark Phillips from St Clears in Wales, who would start as the outsider of 2 here, no doubt about it. He's on a bit of a losing run. Page looking to bolster that unbeaten record, getting in with that right uppercut on the inside there. Super middleweight division this. The one in which Britain has Joe Calzaghe dominating world affairs at the moment.
Page has obviously got a bit of talent, but he's 27 now and been big spells of inactivity, so he needs to put a move on.
Page, who stopped a pole, Marcin Redola, at the Men Arena in June. That was his most recent performance. He stopped 4 out of 7 so far. Trained by Steve Alford, managed by Steve Wood up there in Manchester, is Page. Needs to get a move on though, Glenn. He's 27 already.
He does. Yeah, he really can't hang about. He's got to make anything of his career. And Phillips just a journeyman, starting off quite okay as a pro in 4-5, but really gone on the losing streak since then.
Page didn't ought to be messing up assignments like this. In fact, he ought to be winning with something to spare if he's going anywhere. Good left hand there, forcing Phillips to just sag back against the ropes. Phillips, who has Nigel Christian, famous West Country fight figure, in his corner. And he's quite easy to catch with those left hands, some would say ominously so.
He's had 14 losses, Phillips, but only 1 stop, so he's pretty tough and durable. He might need to be in this one. It's a good start from Page.
The trouble is lasting that long. He's sustaining a fair bit of damage every time. The only guy to stop him in a losing run of 13 was Steve Spartacus. That was back at Dagenham in May.
Step back, 1 step clean.
But he'll give it a go, no doubt about that. Phillips. Page, good left hand to the body. And then a right to the rib cage too. 1 or 2 that are straying towards the low side. Page had it mostly his own way. Well, it's a fascinating mix, this fight, really. Typical of an undercard. You've got a prospect coming through in Alan Page here from Manchester. And in the other corner, a journeyman who has to make up his money farming in West Wales.
Well, that is a regular story.
Never let it be said that everyone in boxing is a millionaire, as some bank managers of fighters seem to think. I can't remember who it was, had their house repossessed, didn't they? Because the bank manager thought they were earning a fortune boxing. Mickey Campbell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Working hard inside. Page. He's from the Hattersley area of Greater Manchester.
He moves all right. You know, tries to find the angles. Page's little steps to the side. That's quite good.
The thing that makes me wonder a bit about Page is he's been a pro for 3 years now. He's been inactive for 2 of them.
That's right. Obviously not in love with the game. Just you know, you've got to be regular. That's the thing with boxing. You've got to fight often. You've got to keep it going, and that's going to be always going to be a problem for him.
Well, I don't know. There may be reasons we don't know about, but it doesn't look good anyway. There may have been injuries, other things. Who knows? But maybe now he's settling down to take it seriously. Just at times crowding his own work, possibly, Page.
Well, I think Phillips is a little awkward. He's tall, but he gets in close and then looks to hold when he's in there.
Nice jab from Phillips that time. Trying hard to get that going. But this is a tough way to supplement his income as a farmer as he takes another right hand. He's only won 4 out of 18, Mark Phillips.
Well, obviously still enjoys it. I think the foreman's a tough enough profession without having to get in the ring as well.
Well, I should think that'd keep you quite fit doing a lot of that work anyway. Probably has to get up at the crack of dawn doing his training at the end of the day as well after all the farming work. Bit open. There, dropped his gloves. Page dived in, didn't really land with anything too flush. That looked a useful left hand to the body from Page. Trying to set up the right hand with the jab. He managed it in the end. He's won both the rounds so far, Page. There's the punches thrown in the fight so far. Much more from Page. Many more landed. Only 8 got home from Phillips so far.
Yeah, it's a good success rate for Page, 54%. That's pretty accurate. Nice little right hand there over the top, showing his reflexes.
Undercard action here from Huddersfield on the opening night of a new boxing season with some sparkling fights coming up, not the least of which is Oscar De La Hoya against Shane Mosley. Don't miss that next weekend from Las Vegas.
Work your way out. Not on the back, work your way out.
White trunks here, Alan Page, dominating so far against the willing, but obviously limited, Mark Phillips. His gutsy type, giving it everything he's got in there.
And Phillips has got to use that jab to better effect. He's got the height, but he's not getting the jab on.
Take a shot all right, can't he? Phillips has that record of durability, testifies, but he's having to take shots.
He's very raw, isn't he, Phillips? You know, missing with punches, just lunging in.
Well, I was going to use the word agricultural, but I thought you might think it was too much of a pun.
Yeah, I would have. Good right hand there from Page. He's picking the better shots all the time.
Settled down quite nicely. Sharper jab as well. What's your impressions of him?
Well, he's doing quite well. I think it's a difficult opponent he's got in Phillips, but he's getting through. He's got a bit of talent there.
Can he stay committed to the business, though? That's one of the questions, I think, with him.
That's key, isn't it? You know, he's got to fight and fight often. That's how you learn and develop, and that's how you move on. And 27, there's not a great deal of time left in his career. He's got to make the most of it.
So you build up a bit of a following as well, of course.
Well, it looks as if he's brought a few people over here, so I think he would be a bit of a crowd pleaser.
Left hook to the body was a hurtful-looking punch, followed by an uppercut. Phillips on the receiving end of a lot, and threshing away with his own shots, but missing all too frequently. It's hard work in there for him. He's got Phillips on the run again. He was just lunging and reaching and couldn't find the timing for the punch. But Phillips does look open.
Well, Phillips looking tired. Can't do much more than just try and hold and survive with these good punches coming in from Page.
He's got through another round though. Welcome back. There's not much that Nigel Christian can really say to poor old Mark Phillips in there. Body shots landed 32-2 in Page's favour. But my goodness me, he's a willing and brave guy.
He is. He's strong and pushing forward, but he's having to take a fair bit.
And possibly tonight Mark Phillips is making his TV debut. Not often that fighters a little further down the undercard managed to get on, but of course the big fight went short tonight, so chance for you at home to have a look at the likes of Alan Page. Prospect coming through. Looks tired now, Phillips, and he's just poking out that jab in a rather token way.
Yes, his work is pretty ragged. He can't really get anything going.
But the business wouldn't be able to carry on without fighters like Mark Phillips to flesh out the undercards. It's always worth making that point.
He's getting through with a couple of shots inside. Phillips, the uppercut worked.
At the same time, you do just have to worry about how many punches he's taking. 13 defeats on the row, and 12 of them have gone the full distance. There comes a time when the board just to have to look at the records of certain journeyman fighters who are fighting around the country week in, week out.
I think as long as they're competitive, and Phillips is, you know, he's not just getting hit all the time, he's still competitive, he's still trying in there. I think there's always a place for fighters like him.
But he's not like Peter Buckley, is he? Not somebody with an ultra-tight defence who's not taking too many.
That's right, he's not. But then Peter Buckley is, you know, probably could have been a pretty good fighter long ago. Just developed himself into a journeyman.
Buckley has had over 200 pro fights, by the way, for anybody unfamiliar with him. It's got a bit ragged at times, quite awkward for Page. Just needs to give himself room and leverage for his shots. He's just crowding his own work at times, just lunging in.
Getting through more and more towards the end of this round, starting to get harder for Mark Phillips.
Can Page force a stoppage? Well, that right hand rocks back the head of Phillips there. And he looked horribly exposed for that punch. It is extremely one-sided.
Well, he's tough, but he's a little too tough for his own good. He's taking these shots.
Lowish blow by Page at the end of the round, and Phillips goes back to his corner. Well, I wonder if Alan Page is getting a bit frustrated that he can't force the stoppage.
Well, he's doing the right thing. I think he's just got to keep the pressure on. See, towards the end of the last round, just starting to get to Mark Phillips and hitting him more and more. And I think it's just that sort of pressure. He could force the stoppage if he keeps doing it.
5th round, due to go 6. Alan Page has won every round so far, the Manchester hopeful. 6-footer, 7 out of 7 so far for him in a stop-start pro career. Phillips is a proud man who'll be determined to get to that final bell. If he is stopped, by the way, it does mean he picks up a suspension from the Board of Control, which means that for a while he can't earn. So it's quite important for fighters like him to get through and last the distance. And by the way, in this super middleweight division, I think we should say at this point, our wish well to David Starry, who's announced his retirement, the former British and Commonwealth champion, whose last fight was for the world title against Sven Ottke in Germany recently. Good fighter, and I hope everything works out for him in the future.
Well, this is much the same in this one. Page still on top. Phillips making it difficult for him.
Leaving his chin out to dry quite a bit here. Phillips and his head getting rocked back. I'm just wondering how much more of this the referee wants to see. He's still doing his best in there, Phillips, but his head's been rocked back a few times now by some of these, and it is horribly one-sided.
Decent body shot as well going in there. He's just starting to fall backwards a little bit, looking in a bit of distress now, Mark Phillips.
Now the referee taking a closer look now at Phillips. Phil Edwards, the official in there. Phillips won't want to be stopped, but made the point many times before that often fighters are too brave for their own good.
Well, he obviously is, and pretty durable with it.
I don't like the way his head's getting rocked back.
No, he's too upright, and on that long neck, you know, it pushes the head back when he gets hit with a good punch, and that's dangerous. But you got to admire him. He's hardy and courageous.
Body punches on the right to the head as well. Again, he gives ground, but this is courage really beyond the call of duty from Phillips, whose technical limitations mean that he is open for some heavy shots. Still on mark, though, and still willing to fight on.
You can do it. Look at me. You can do it. Come on. We're fucking top, are we?
Well, that's how one-sided it is. 130 punches to 16 in terms of punches landed in the fight. Now, this is what you don't like to see.
No, when a good punch lands and rocks the head back on the neck, that's where boxers get hurt, and that's happening time and time again.
Now, people sitting at home are going to say it's a bit weird, isn't it? Boxing commentators being squeamish, but we're thinking about the health of the fighters, as indeed that should be the first consideration of every referee.
Well, you don't have to watch. You have to be careful when fighters are in their depth a little bit. And Mark Phillips is out of his depth in this one. He's hanging in there, but it's tough for him.
6th round, and Phillips's corner will be glad it's the last one, I think, too. There was a heavy-looking right hand. Didn't quite land flush. He rode it a little bit, Phillips. But Page, I think, can be moved on a level from this kind of opponent next time.
Yeah, I think he needs to be pushed along a little bit, especially, being 27. His career needs just to step up.
No reason why they shouldn't do that. Largely able to do just about what he wants with Phillips. who among his other problems in there has no kind of real punch either. He's only stopped one opponent in his 4 victories against 14 defeats. Said it before, though, you can only marvel at the spirit of some of these guys to stay in there against all odds like this. I think it's part of what makes boxers unique in sport.
Well, he's certainly game enough, isn't he, Phillips? He took some decent shots, another good left hook, but still got a decent chin.
I think game's an understatement.
A lack of ability, but you know, he's strong and he's rugged and he hangs in there.
You just wouldn't want to think of him taking beatings like this every time, would you?
No, you know, you would hope that his corner and his trainers don't allow him to do that. And I think, you know, on a streak of losses, they really need to bring him down a level and try and get him a win.
Yeah. There's a danger of just becoming a durable trial horse for much better fighters, and I think that's what we're seeing here. But he's determined to get through. Holding on for dear life, trying to buy some time.
Well, he's just got to get through the last 30 seconds, Phillips. And another payday, and he go back to probably work early in the morning on the farm.
And he's earned every single penny of it, in my estimation. What a brave bloke.
The Page has worked quite well in this one. He's been accurate and done some good things.
He does get to the final bell, and he does it with a smile too. Mark Phillips. Alan Page has won every round, keeps his unbeaten record, needs to be moved up a level though, I think, from this, before we can find out about how good he might turn out to be. But he was totally dominant there against a very limited opponent, but an extremely brave and courageous one.
And he's got a smile on his face, Mark Phillips. I think he even enjoyed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, referee Phil Edwards has scored this contest for Phillips 54 points, for Page 60 points. Your winner and still undefeated from Huddersfield, Alan Pagey Page.
And Page won
And show
every
your
round.
appreciation for Mark Phillips.